This is another example of how to solve a linear system using the substitution method. Now, in this case, we have no equations right now that are set equal to one of the variables. So we can decide to choose any of the following equations to help us out. Now, normally you would choose one that has a coefficient of 1. So in this example, you have your x has a coefficient of 1. This one, your y has a -1 coefficient. That's the number in front. So that might be a harder one to solve for. This one has a coefficient of 1, so that would be a good one to solve for, or 2y. So in this case, I'm going to take the equation on the top to solve for so I can get that variable by itself. So I have x minus y equals 3, and my whole goal is I want to get x by itself, so I'm going to add y on both sides. So I get x is equal to y plus 3. So now I'm going to cross this one out because I'm not going to use that one anymore. I have the bottom equation, and I have the second one and the third one that I'm going to use. So now what I'm doing is I have my x value, and I'm now going to substitute it into this top equation because this one is isolated and by itself, so I'm going to put it into that equation. So if I rewrite this, I have my x value, which really stands for y plus 3 because I'm putting that in for x, plus 2y equals a -6. I have nothing, so I want to use the formula distribute, combine, inverse, solve. I really have nothing to distribute, so I'm going to get rid of those parentheses. So I have y plus 3 plus 2y equals -6. I want to combine like terms, so y and 2y, which is going to give me a 3y plus 3 equals a -6. I want to get y by itself, so I'm going to subtract 3 on both sides. So I have 3y equals a -9. I'm going to divide by 3 on both sides, so I get y equals -3. So that's my first point of my solution, first half of my solution. So I'm going to make sure I write my solution down here. So I'm going to put -3 in for y. And then I now need to find my x. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this equation that I made. So I have x equals -3 plus 3, which x is going to equal 0. So my solution point is 0, -3.